Welcome to MMA Fancast. My name is Luke Payson. Welcome back to everyone who is already a subscriber to the channel on YouTube. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe so you can see more great interviews, including the one coming at you right now. Not only is he a professional MMA fighter who's known as one half of the Worthy brothers in Pittsburgh, he's coming up back on the show to talk about his upcoming professional kickboxing fight, which is pretty exciting because his brother Kama was the first ever professional kickboxer to fight within the 247 fighting championship ring and now, or cage, and now he is super excited to have back on the show Chaka Master Worthy. Chaka,
What's up, man?
welcome
How you
back to the
doing?
show.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing today, man?
I am doing really well. You must be super blessed to have gotten my intro 2 days in a row. What people may not know is we were up and running on this interview last night, but then Zoom crashed and made me reboot, and I got it figured out. So we're back doing it today. So you've gotten my intro 2 nights in a row, and now we're officially one day away from 247 Fighting Championships Brawl in the Burgh 24 on
That's right.
October 26th at the Greater Pittsburgh Sports Complex in Coriopolis. Super excited. Talk to me about this fight, professional kickboxing at 140 against Dylan Harnish. How did all this come together? I know it was a rescheduled fight, but walk us through that.
Yeah, it got the fight was originally for September 28th, up for Maverick MMA. Unfortunately, leading up into it, it was all canceled. The show got canceled. It had to be rescheduled and stuff. A couple weeks afterwards, Brian reached out to me and was like, "Hey, you guys want the possibility of running the same fight down here in Pittsburgh in October? I'm still looking to fight again this year. Everything worked out, and we said yeah, and we're 1 week away, so we'll get to finish a little bit of business."
Indeed, it's going to be really great to see you back in the cage. As I said in my intro, it was pretty recently that your brother, the Death Star, fought the first ever. It was 2 fights ago for him, but just a couple 247 events ago that he was the first ever professional kickboxing within the cage. You had fought for 247 on off now for a while in MMA and then in grappling. How excited were you when Kama fought kickboxing? He got a great win against an absolute stud. But how quickly did you think, hey, that's going to give me an opportunity to get in there for kickboxing? Is that something you've been eyeing up since 247 started doing that?
Like this whole year, I've basically just been trying to just stay as active as possible. Like I took a pro Muay Thai fight to start the year off in the beginning of January. Then, like you mentioned, I did the MMA fight for 247. Then I went up to Buffalo again and I did another pro kickboxing fight. Actually before Kamal. So he actually got the kickboxing idea for me.
There it is. There it is.
So, and again, like I'm trying to at least fight 5 or 6 times this year. And they were like, "Hey, you want to kickbox?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fighting to me." So, 247 hit me up about doing it, and we just trying to make it happen. Get a quick W, and hopefully turn back around and get another fight in this year.
Yeah, well, you trying to stay that busy and that active is pretty fantastic. You obviously train out of your brother's gym, the Pittsburgh MMA Academy. What's that training like? You guys are known to put in the work to grind. So what's that been like? Craig Perry was supposed to be on this card. I think they're scrambling as of yesterday. His fight with Drew, and they're
He got
scrambling.
somebody. He got somebody else though. He will be
Nice.
fighting.
All
Yeah,
right. Well,
no,
then I'm
no,
going to
no.
get
Perry's gonna
Craig.
be. Yeah,
Awesome.
Perry's
I'm going
gonna
to
be
get Craig
fighting.
Perry
Perry's
on
gonna
the
be fighting.
show to talk about it. But what's it like training out of that gym? You've got Craig Perry, obviously yourself, your brother, several other people, Cowboy, Eddie Padilla. So what's that gym environment like, particularly once you start coming into camp?
I mean, like you said, everybody knows. It's bell to bell, hard training. Just getting after it daily. Kind of like you always stay in camp because somebody's getting ready to fight always throughout the year. So it's just a lot of hard training. Like you said, Craig, I've been working a lot with him lately. I can't wait to watch his fight. He's been really, really putting a lot of work in, bouncing around at a couple different spots and just getting really better. So yeah, I'm just excited to get back out there, show what we've been working on in the gym, show what our striking's about, and do what I do best, and that's just beat people up.
Well, talking about beating people up, let's talk about your opponent, Dylan Harnish. If you run back in my life, it's probably been about 6 years ago, but about years ago, I was living on the east side of Pennsylvania, what I like to refer to as the good side, but that's just a little Western Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh humor. But
Come on
back
now.
then, and there still is a great fight promotion, USKA fights. And Dylan Harnish, if I remember right, was an amateur kickboxer. He then went amateur MMA and then pro MMA and pro kickboxing. So I remember him probably in his early, maybe late teens, early 20s. So I know he's been around MMA, kickboxing, Muay Thai a while. So what are your thoughts on him as an opponent? Are you the type of guy that's done study on him? I know just like you have
Like you
over a
said, he's
dozen.
been. Oh no, like you said, he's a tough guy. He's been around a while. At this point, we take everybody serious. It's a fist fight. Everybody's coming in there to hurt you. So, I'm looking forward to him coming in ready to scrap. Like he took the fight, the quick reschedule right away without any hesitation and stuff. So I know he's coming to fight. So it's gonna be fun. But that being said, bell to bell, that's all I care about. When we get in there and that door shut, you know, everything else goes out the window. So all that, whatever you did in the past, your previous experience, your whoever your coaches is, all the miles you ran, all that other bullshit, I don't care about it. So we're gonna put them big gloves on and we're gonna have some fun.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see it. You're definitely the mindset of a fighter. And do you say bell to bell, lots of action. I mean, that's what both you and your brother are known for. And obviously you're a well-rounded martial artist, but clearly I still remember calling your walk-off knockout several years ago in 247, which was really exciting. So uh how much do you think Muay Thai or kickboxing favors you? And are you predicting a finish, a stoppage, a knockout? Obviously, there's no submissions because it's not mixed martial arts. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
Of course it favors me. Like it's no secret. I want to stand, I want to punch, I want to kick, I want to knee. Like I want to cause long-term damage to you. Like all that hugging and all that good stuff. Like it's no disrespect to the grappling and all that, it's great, but we all know what I want to see. And when people pay to see. People pay to see people like take a while to wake up after the fight and stuff. So that's it excites me. And my confidence is always high, even in MMA when it comes to the grappling part. So when it comes to just standing up and striking, I think you're kind of foolish to want to do that with me, but we're gonna have some fun.
Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be a great show for the crowd. It's 247's first time at the Greater Pittsburgh Sports Complex in Coriopolis. So I think anytime there can be a worthy fighting on a local Pittsburgh card at a Pittsburgh venue. I get to interview a lot of fighters. I'm going to try to be interviewing your opponent later today. I try to get as much of the away side as possible. But one of the things I hear about over and over again on anybody from Stout, anybody from the MMA Academy, and obviously the Mat Factory is just how much Pittsburgh trains together. Talk a little bit about your cross training. We talked, a little bit about the people that you train with all the time. But what's the cross training like? The General Pattons, the people in the area. I think the last person to talk about cross training on the show was Lucas, and now he's no longer the Sniper Siebert. He's now Steel City Siebert, which is really, really exciting, renaming himself based on Pittsburgh. What are your thoughts on the cross training in Pittsburgh?
I mean, that's just always, what you always got to do. You got to train across gyms. Like I was at Stouts actually today, Saturday this morning, got my last little sparring in down there. Then I'll do two more sessions at the crib, as in the local gym. But like that's just what we always do. Like you got to steal different stuff from different people. You got to challenge yourselves. The different gyms all have different specialties. So it's just great just getting into an environment where you're just learning from different people and stuff. And you're getting after it. And then when people come in from out of town, come in to fight, you beat them up.
Well, that is the game plan. I have the honor of interviewing people after they're victorious inside the 247 cage, and it's a beautiful time. And more often than not, somebody from the Pittsburgh, one of those Pittsburgh gyms, and sometimes we even throw in uh, the Gorilla House gym, even though they're not necessarily local. But Ethan the Wolverine Goss is your boy, and
Oh
like all
yeah.
these guys. But it's always the mindset of Pittsburgh versus the world, and I think it's a great attitude to have. I would say any region, well, no matter what region it is, should have that attitude of wanting to see their guys, their local talent come up and fight well. So what do you think it is that makes the Pittsburgh area special? Obviously, we've had fighters get to the highest level from Pittsburgh before, and I know your brother's been a part of that. You've been a part of that. So, what are your thoughts about being from Pittsburgh?
At the end of the day, it's just a small town. So, it's just that nitty-gritty, just mentality. So everybody kind of has it. Like, you kind of get to spot the people that really want to go after it. And you notice guys, different gyms, like, okay, yeah, you got a couple guys over there that are like really some hard grinders, and then you just all link up, and it breeds better success. Like it's just the mentality around this way. It's cold as hell around here, so and I mean,
It
I love
is. It
um,
is.
'cause like you said, you just it's like kind of the whole city mentality. People all just get together and train and stuff. It's just Pittsburgh MMA.
It's great. And I highly recommend, well, as long as there's tickets still available, which I believe there are, people either get tickets from you, from anybody at the gym, or 247fighting.com. They can then choose
That's right.
you. Yep, they can choose you to get credit. And I know the Worthy name expands beyond Pittsburgh. So for people watching this that are not local, make sure you're downloading the 247 Live app. I think one thing that makes 247 Fighting Championship such a high level regional MMA promotion is they have their own app on any smart device. And that's the way to get the pay per view the best through there. And then obviously pick.
Yeah, I think that's the only way to get it. Don't be going on Facebook on them posts where all them fake old links be hopping up.
Yeah, that's actually, yeah, let's talk about that real quick because you're right. I
But
know
it's probably
it's happened.
the only way is the 247 live stream. Don't go through any of the other sites.
Exactly. That's why I say get off. I love Facebook. I'm on Facebook with MMA Fancast, but get off Facebook for it. Only download the 247 Live app through one of the app stores. That's the safest, only way to do it. And then a reminder that, and I've even been asked because I'm around in MMA, the scammers make up all these fake accounts, and the big thing is that the fake accounts will always ask to be your friend, but a business account cannot ask to be your friend. They can only be followed, and so they do not send out
Like
requests. But
Wendy's don't want to be my friend.
exactly. So none of them. And I've had, you were going to fight for Maverick. I follow Maverick MMA. I've had knockoff Maverick accounts
Yep.
try to friend
As
me.
soon as
Any MMA
anybody, yep.
promotion, it's only follow. And you can always tell because if you search 247 Fighting Championships, I think they're almost at 10,000 followers,
Mhm.
9.9 or something. That's obviously the right one. Maverick, same thing. But whichever promotion you're looking for, make sure you find the official of original one
Official
on
site for it.
Facebook, but for the streams, it has to be on 247 Live. That's a really good because people end up losing money and the scammers make money and then people end up getting upset. Sometimes that the fighters or the promotion has nothing to do
Like,
with them.
look, look,
It
don't
really
blame
doesn't.
me. I
So
did
that is
my part. I
exactly,
made
exactly.
weight and showed up.
So that is our public service announcement. It's always great to have you on. Any shout outs,
Always great to
thank
talk
yous?
with you.
Yeah, of course. Any shout outs, thank yous, or sponsors you want to chat about before we wrap this up? And the second time has really done the trick. This has been a much better interview on the technical side. Always awesome having you on the
Oh,
show.
always, no problem, man. Shout out to Wolfpack Armory. Shout out to Eggs and Nats. Shout out to everybody I train with. Like we said, the entire Pittsburgh area. Because there's tons of local guys on this card. It's just gonna be an exciting night. So everybody go out, grab their tickets, grab them from all the local fighters. Get out there, buy drinks, get ready to have a good time.
That is always the right attitude to have. Thanks so much for coming on the show. You've been listening to Luke Basin for MMA Fancast with my special guest tonight, 1 week away from his pro kickboxing fight for 247 Fighting Championships Brawl in the Burgh 24 is Chaka Bushmaster Worthy. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Got it.